This is my speaking guide. It's a bright and sunny day in the summer. You're outside enjoying the beautiful day, and then you get that heart-wrenching call. You have just been informed the lump in your left breast is cancerous. What do you do now? How do you deal with this situation? What about your family? What if you don't make it through chemo? This is something that you never would have imagined that would happen to you, but then you realize your own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer when you were younger. So what now, you may ask? Well, why not explain to others the importance of trying to prevent breast cancer? Today I will be informing you on the importance of mammograms, how dieting can help prevent breast cancer, along with discussing whether you are at higher risk for breast cancer due to family history. First, we'll talk about mammograms and self-breast exams. People believe that mammograms aren't important. Well, why aren't they? Mammograms actually detect up to 85 to 90% of breast cancer cases, says the BJC healthcare website. Why wouldn't you get your mammogram then? Mammograms are obviously important if they can find that many cases of breast cancer and save people from having to get having a higher stage of breast cancer. Men can also get breast cancer, and they should also perform self-breast exams. The BJC Healthcare website also mentions that self-breast exams are very helpful, but a mammogram can actually detect the cancer site before a self-breast exam. Because when you do a self-breast exam, there may just be a tiny lump and you won't think anything of it. Well, generally, that means that it may be actually cancerous, which is how the mammogram detects it. The Quick Facts Breast Cancer book by the American Cancer Society recommends that when you turn 40 years old, you start getting your breast exams. Even at my age of 19, you're supposed to do your self-breast exams every month, and because of family history, some people may need to start their mammograms earlier than others. Now that you know about mammograms, let's continue by talking about how dieting can help you prevent cancer. Do you want breast cancer? Because I know a lot of people would never want to deal with that situation. According to the book, The Cancer Prevention Diet by Mucho Kushi and Alex Jack, it says if we continue to eat poorly, our body will know over a long period of time we eventually exhaust the body's ability to discharge waste and toxins. So why would we stop eating when all this food tastes so good? Well, we can also eat food that tastes good but is also good for us. Saturated fats, sugars, and cholesterol is a huge part that has to do with breast cancer. We obviously know these items are good for us and that they can cause diseases such as heart disease and not just breast cancer, but any type of cancer. But we continue to eat them. There's a book that goes on to talk about, or the Cancer Prevention Diet book goes on to talk about artificial sweeteners that has been associated with cancer for as long ago as 1923. A cancer statistician for the Prudential Life Insurance Company has associated the rise of cancer due to artificial sweeteners. But why do we put them in our food then? Well, that's an obvious answer, because they taste better than eating fruit and vegetables and anything that's organic. So we continue to put them in our food even though they could potentially harm us in the future if we eat too much of them. Vegetarians versus non-vegetarians is a big situation. There was also a study that was in the Cancer Prevention Diet book that shows that vegetarians that did not eat animal fat and animal proteins after going through menopause had a less likely chance to develop breast cancer. But while the non-vegetarians that eat animal fat and animal protein have a higher risk of getting breast cancer after menopause because of the estrogen levels in their body. When you don't eat all these animal fats and animal proteins, the estrogen levels in your body continue to go down and they actually exit your body faster. But when you eat these, your estrogen levels continue to rise, and then that can cause breast cancer. The Anti-Cancer book by David Schreiber talks about the importance of drinking green tea after beating breast cancer. After beating breast cancer, it is proven that if you drink 3 cups of green tea every day, you are less likely to get breast cancer again. After medical, oh, I already talked about that. This is because the tea is grown in humid climates and contains numerous polyphenols, one of which is called EGGG. This is one of the most powerful nutritional molecules against the formation of new blood cells by cancerous cells, meaning that the cancerous cells cannot form because of the new blood cells. Next, we will talk about the family history of breast cancer and family history. It is actually known about 5 to 10% of breast cancer cases are because of heredity. Obviously, this is a low number, but that doesn't mean you can't get breast cancer if it hasn't been in your family. The Mayo Clinic Breast Cancer book, along with the Cancer.org website, both state that about 80% of breast cancer cases are not related to family history. They have actually said that they are not, 80% of the breast cancer cases don't have anything to do with breast cancer history in your family. The book also mentions that about 15% of cases have some sort of family history. Obviously, this means that a family member has had breast cancer in the past. Cancer.org specifically says that if you have a close blood relative, such as a mom or sister that has had breast cancer, you have a higher risk of getting breast cancer, which we all would know, I would hope. If your father or brother has breast cancer, since men can get breast cancer, it is still unknown how much higher your risk is to get breast cancer, but it is, of course, higher because of the situation. So why wouldn't we stop and think about our breast cancer history in our family? Our history in our family is very important, and we should know that whether we are at a higher risk due to the fact of family history. I hope you understand the importance of getting your mammograms along with watching what you eat, and lastly, learn about your family history of cancer, not just breast cancer, but any type of cancer. With this knowledge, I hope you will make an appointment today with your doctor to talk about when you should be getting your mammograms, and talk with them about your family history, whether it be with breast cancer or any other type of cancer. I hope it makes you think twice before shoving a bunch of food in your mouth without knowing what it really is. Though breast cancer may not be in your family history, you don't want to start an unwanted trend.